Hey everyone, it's Ari from As Told by Tarot. For those of you who are new, welcome. You're watching the video for Geminis, okay? The best day to do it actually because it's the Gemini full moon, right? It's also 12/12, so December 12th, okay, 2019, and we're about to go into a new decade of 2020. This is the last full moon of the decade. Sorry, I'm getting the sage ready. You cleanse the energy in here. Sometimes I pray like before I start doing a set of readings. This is my first set. Sometimes I don't. So sometimes I do it right before I get on video. It just depends on how I'm feeling. So anyway, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and angels, I thank you for allowing me to have the knowledge and abilities to read for everyone. Today, I am going to be reading for Gemini. Okay. Please provide me with messages for the highest and greatest good of everyone watching this video and everyone it comes across. Amen. So, funny story. I was actually a minister for a few years before I did this, and I don't like to pray in front of people. I think it's a very personal thing, and so I don't like to pray usually during my lives. But so I usually pray beforehand. But my first one that I record of the day, I usually pray and I sage between. But anyway, I don't really like to pray before my like in front of the camera. So I might even end up editing that part out. I just think prayer is very personal. That's me personally. There's other readers that do pray, which I do like and appreciate that they pray on live, or on video. But I've never been a confident person praying in front of people, and like literally could be millions. So it's scary for me. I do have somewhat of social anxiety. So today we are going to actually be reading for Geminis with the Shadowscape Tarot. Okay. I like this deck. It's really whimsical. It's airy, which is why I really decided to use it for Gemini. Like, who best to use an airy deck with? It's like so light and pretty. The cards are even light, shimmery. Okay, Two of Pentacles was the bottom of the deck energy. But yeah, like, ooh, Two of Wands. Wow. Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles. Okay, so the last reading, the Cancer reading, was Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles, and we're going into 2020. So 2020 reduces to 4 and 2 twos, right? And then this morning, like earlier this afternoon when I woke up, because my morning is really afternoon, when I woke up, I looked at the clock and it was 2:22. But anyway, so definitely lots of twos. Yesterday I noticed the time was 2:22. I woke up yesterday morning at 4:44 in the morning. So lots of really interesting synchronicities happening. 22, and then when we went to eat out last night, and it was table 44. Wow, the Strength card, first card out. Oh, sorry. The Strength card. And in this one, it's a woman, and she's like taming the beast. It's literally a beast, and it's crazy because it's like there's a cat, there's 4 birds above, there's a swan, right, with like almost like angel wings. Okay, and then there's a lion with horns. But she's like taming the beast, but it's like he has the fire underneath him. and then there's smoke. It's like the air. Wow. Wow. And then we have the Fool card. Wow. The Strength card and the Fool card. Wow. That's crazy. All right, everybody. Sorry, I'm sick, so I'm congested. Okay, my very nasally congested. And so I have to pause every so often and tend to that. All right, so we have the Fool card and the Strength card. With the Fool card, she is literally standing at the tip of a fountain in the air, ready to fly, ready to take a leap of faith. You know, and there's a fox right underneath her. Sly fox. I just heard sly fox. You know, it's like the fox is telling her, you're going to fall, you're going to fall. But her arms are strong. She knows. She can hold back a beast. She's strong enough to do anything. If she needs to take the leap of faith, her arms are strong enough. These same arms held a beast back. So no one can tell her anything. My Jupiter is in Gemini. I haven't really gotten deep into that. But Jupiter is, from what I understand, the planet of expansion and abundance. And it's a Gemini full moon. And Jupiter is in conjunct, I think, with Saturn. I've got to figure out. Not the best. I'm trying to learn a lot more with the planets and the house system and the astrology and astronomy and how they correlate. But I'm in my journey, in the path of my journey, that first I'm supposed to speak because I've been on my path of speaking, right? And giving messages. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Hard work paying off. Right, right. She's been exercising her arm muscles. She's been exercising her strength. And now she can fly. Hard work paying off. Well, Seven of Pentacles is hard work paying off. Eight of Pentacles is work. But I feel like it's all these connections. There's a spider here. Okay. So a whole bunch of connections. Spiders is spirit weaving things together. It's like you need to take that leap of faith and trust that on the strength of who you are, spirit has been making connections for you and making pathways for you, Gemini. Wow, that's beautiful. That resonated for someone very close to me. So I really am going to send them this video when I'm done with it. The Ten of Swords, an ending. You know, we have the 10 and then we have the Leap Fool. You know, it's like we have an ending and a new beginning. You know, you've been down, you've been depressed, you've been going through a lot of different things. You are overworked, you are over pain, you're over your pain. And putting it into that cycle, putting a death to that. You know, I feel like this is where you guys have been for a while and you're just now realizing that what didn't kill you made you immensely stronger. For some of you, this could be a literal death of someone. And you're not going to handle it well, and my condolences in advance. There's going to be conflict surrounding it, around the estate. Just people after. And it's really sad. See all these foxes? See all these foxes? It's just a whole bunch of people manipulating and conniving, backbiting, outsmarting each other. I'm sorry for those of you who are going through that. For others of you, okay, it looks to me as though you have been dealing with people backbiting and trying to trick you and all this conflict and issues, and it broke you down and it's painful. But understand that the strength of who you are with this 8 of Pentacles, your work, the work you have put into the lives of others and to the people you know who know you, they stand by you. So you can take that leap of faith into something new. Things are changing for you, Gemini. You were able to maintain the peace. You know, a lot of people who could have done worse, you stayed out of their radar. You stood your ground, because people sleep on you guys. Geminis are very quiet people for the most part. They are talkative. They'll be talkative to people, but people discount Geminis in some ways. You know, especially June Geminis. I'm talking about like the early May, early May, mid-June Geminis. Going up to the 15th. They're a very different type of breed of Geminis. You know, they're not the crazy Geminis that people say. You know, the crazy Geminis are after the 14th, 15. You know what I mean? They are the Geminis that they have two sides to them. They're either very docile or they will fuck somebody up. We have the Tower. Oh my gosh. And we have the Knight of Cups. All right. So the way these cards look, we have the Ten of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Tower, the Knight of Cups. Let's see what's going to go over them. This is the first one I've done where I kind of have like them laid out, kind of. We have the Three of Swords, pain, betrayal. It's like some of you are going through pain and betrayal in your work environment and you need to leave. Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords in reverse. That tells me, and then the Hierophant, things coming together. Okay, so this tells me that in your work life, Gemini, wow, there's deception. Or somewhere in your life, Gemini, there is deception. Seven of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse. There's deception there. Someone is hiding the truth. There is confusion and bullshit, and it's really painful. It hurts. We have the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant. I feel like that's someone offering you sympathy. But a lot of shady shit is going on for you guys, Gemini. I hope that you're not doing this shady shit, because it could be some Geminis doing shady shit. And for those of you who caused the bullshit, the Tower is going to take everything away that you did that bullshit for from you. So you did all this crazy shit and jumped through hoops and did illusions. You created bullshit. You deceived. You hurt people. That Tower is going to take all that away because you didn't deserve it. 12/12 portal is open until 12/21. Your karma will be dealt with. Okay? So you didn't deserve it. Just like the people below the Tower, though, are fine. But it's like someone is on their high horse, too. Now, for others of you that are being victims to this, Spirit is the Knight of Cups, I believe. The Spirit is like, I've got empathy. I am going to show you favor. And then the Hierophant is going to bring it together. Things are going to come together for those of you. Because the thing is that Ace of Wands under the deck right now, there's a new beginning for you, Gemini. There's a new beginning. Here are these foxes. It's a family of foxes. Maybe you'll be spending more time with your family. Maybe you'll have more time and energy and emotional dexterity. You know, a lot of Geminis I know, they don't emotionally have the capacity to deal with pain. And when a lot is going on in their lives, you know, they shut down because they have to separate their pain in order to function, right? And sometimes the pain is too much. It's getting really sad right now. Oh my gosh. Whew. But ultimately, the Knight of Cups is like, hey, Spirit, I'm going to give you fulfillment. The Knight of Cups is going to offer you fulfillment in a new beginning. Fulfillment in a new beginning. Ooh. We have the Page of Pentacles having more than enough. The page is sitting on top of this big pentacle, and there's an owl in the background. And I'm sorry that I'm trying to get a better camera, but there's an owl in the background. Okay, so the owl to me is your inner wisdom, because you are wise. You have so much wisdom. You will always have the coin. You will always have the coin. This could be a shakeup at work. You will always have your bag, okay? So don't worry about not having your money. We have the Emperor. I just heard God is in control. Spirit is in control. There's a guy who thinks that he's like a god, though, too, in your life, or a person. They think they're in control. For those of you who have been doing the shady shit, Geminis, you think you're in control. You're not. Spirit's going to trump you and going to humble the fuck out of you for that a certain set of Geminis. Not everybody. This is just specific sets. These deceitful ones have been out here doing that bullshit. Spirit's going to humble you, and it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful for those you've hurt. And you're going to get your just dessert. Ooh, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But the Emperor, Erykah Badu just popped into my head. A man who knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. A man who knows nothing knows that. A man who knows something. How's it go? A man who knows something knows he knows nothing at all. That's why it's hotter in the winter time and colder in the fall. Like colder in the summertime and hotter in the fall. Anyway, then there's an Ankh here. That's interesting. Oh my gosh, there's an Ankh here. Hanging from his horn is an Ankh, and Erykah Badu is very into Kemetism and stuff like that. She's very spiritually awakened. That's for some people. Gemini, some of you are not wise, and you think you know everything. You know nothing. You thought you could outwit, outlast, outplay all this deception, all these swords, all this manipulation. Nah. Because God has the highest truth. Spirit has the highest truth. He trumps all. So for those of you Geminis on the other end of that stuff, always trust in Spirit. And that your hard work will pay off. 7 of Pentacles. What did I say earlier? 7 of Pentacles. Your hard work will pay off. This is the end for 2019 going into 2020. There's a lot of endings. But I feel as though if you're not going to get the rewards right now, 2020, a peek at 2020, which I'll be doing 2020 videos, a peek of 2020 for me to you is just literally telling you guys, yo, you got this. Because your hard work is going to pay off and it's going to be fulfilled. Look, the Three of Cups, celebration. Now, for some of you, Three of Swords and Three of Cups, the Hierophant was here. The Ace of Wands had new beginning. And the Hierophant was here. Where's the Hierophant? The Emperor. This is a specific situation, and I don't know who it is. But the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords is a third-party betrayal situation, which coincides with the Seven of Swords, deception. The Five of Swords, issues, conflict. The Ten of Swords, endings. I think there is going to be an ending in a relationship due to cheating. Either you're cheating because you don't want to be in that relationship anymore and you're finally going to be found out. Or you're just going to leave the situation because you're done cheating. You just realize you're not happy with that person. So you're going to leave. But some of you may be getting cheated on and there's deception happening to you. And there's a conflict going on. And a lot of backbiting. But you'll have a new beginning and a new family soon going into 2020. Like either you're leaving with your child and having a new family in 2020. Or you are... some of you could have had a baby with this person you cheated with. And you're going to go be with them. Or you're leaving the person you cheated on. And it's not. It's just that person was an emperor. That person was an emperor and thought they could control you. Could be an Aries. It's the Aries energy. Thought they could control you. But you cheated because that's something you had control of. And then you had... a family, or you took if there's a child involved, you took your child and you're like, listen, I'm not dealing with this and I feel bad for cheating. I don't want to be a cheater, but I don't want to be with you either. And I have to go. Wow. That's deep as fuck. Ooh wee. Whew. But overall it will be okay. Some part of, going into 2020 and part of the 1212 portal being open is to release old habits, to start new things, to end your karmic cycle. So maybe you've been a cheater your whole life and you decide, hey, I kind of want to live right because I don't like the guilt. I don't like the pain. Wow. And you just decide to leave, but you want your child and you feel like the only reason why you stayed was because of your child. So you make sure you ensure your new life with your child in it, because, when vindictive stuff happens sometimes when people separate. Four of Swords, and then you can finally get some rest. Laying things to rest, laying bad habits to rest. Some of you guys that are manipulative, the Tower moment is going to cause you to lay some shit to rest. Put it to rest. You're going to get humbled and fucked up so bad. You're going to be like, okay, I'm not going to try to act like this anymore. I've learned my lesson. Some of you, I feel as though there's going to be like an overdose or like, you're going to, an addiction. I feel an addiction. Card. Two of Pentacles again. You're balancing an addiction between the addiction and the facade. And the addiction and the facade, the two faces. Wow, the Page of Wands. Just fuckery to me. Just foolishness. The Page of Wands to me is foolishness in some ways. And the Geminis that are taking that leap of faith and changing and things are happening to them, but things are getting better. The Page of Wands and the Two of Pentacles is you'll have multiple options and you're going to balance it all. You're going to balance your spiritual life and your work life. And you're not going to have to really make a decision. Sorry about that. You're going to have to make a decision. And so I see the Page of Wands with the foxes just kind of chilling out. Beginning phases. There's a beginning phase that's happening in your life, and you're going to be juggling between the new start and the flirtation with your destiny, with your spiritual path, but it's going to be comfortable juggling. It's like there's a balance. Even with this monkey, there's a butterfly on its nose. And if you know anything about butterflies, you know they don't stay still for very long, but having that inner peace where you can juggle. Okay. Whew. All right, let's get into the orb. If this resonates with you at any level, this is not a judgment zone. It's just forewarnings, okay? But if it resonates, please comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so let's get into the Soul Coaching Oracle and the Sacred Traveler, both by Denise Linn. Let's do Soul Coaching first, and then we'll do Sacred Traveler. Okay, so we're going to get different. Obviously, we have 3 or 4 different types of energies for the collective Gemini that we're going to get. So these can be in all over the place. This is my first collective read where it was like a whole bunch of different energies. The other ones was pretty much straightforward. Wow. That's funny. Okay, so after the reading, I'll tell you guys the story, but this is very ironic. Okay, inspiration. I'm receiving divine inspiration right now. So like I said, balancing your spiritual and your other parts of your life. Okay, simplicity. Deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. So to me, that tells me that in all honesty, you have this serenity happening in your life, right? Simplicity, serenity. You cut it simple. A lot of you guys who are getting humbled, it went to simple. For those of you guys who left your job, you're having a more simple life and you're inspired spiritually. Then we have impeccability and flow. Okay? I am impeccable in my thought, word, and deed. The glory of the universe flows through me. Right? Because some of you were in situations where you didn't feel like you were good enough, that you didn't feel like you were perfect enough. Okay? And so you didn't feel like you were perfect enough, and so you made bad decisions to try to manipulate others, or you were in a relationship and you didn't feel like you were good enough. You settled, you didn't feel like you were good enough for the person you were going to be with. And so you didn't feel good enough to leave, but you didn't feel good enough to be with the right person, so you settled with the person you were with. And then you realized you weren't happy with that person, but you felt like that's all you could get. Ooh, shit. But you need to know that you're impeccable with your thought, word, and deed. Okay? And the glory of the universe flows through me. You are glorious. Whatever feelings you felt of inadequacy or guilt or pain or generational curses that you may be going through. Wow. I'm tapping into energies right now, and this is really intense. Hold on, guys. Had to get my mojo back. Like, whoo wee. This is like, it's got all the things I need in it. Just crystals and stuff like that. Protection. Some of you are in a lot of pain. That Ten of Swords, that depression. You're feeling guilty for what you did, but you chose something that made you happier. So you could be leaving your job and you feel guilty for leaving your job and it's changing the dynamic, but you're so much happier. If you're in a relationship and you're in a third party situation, you left your relationship not necessarily for the third party situation, but that third party situation may have opened you up. It made you feel better about yourself. And so because you have that renewed sense of strength about yourself, I'm not going to take this treatment anymore. I'm not going to be talked to like this. I'm not going to be controlled like this. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. Some of you guys are walking away because you're realizing your worth and value. And it's not fair. Fuck. Oh my gosh, sorry. To you others who are readers and you like to watch, listen. I need advice. I need advice if you're on IG and you're a reader and you do YouTube readings. Oh my gosh. You realize how close that hits in certain situations. This energy is intense. How do you guys do that? Oh, I need to burn sage. I need to burn some sage because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This energy here is ridiculous. Oh, please, guys, just please help those people heal. Even the ones that are about to have that, everything is going to fall down and tumble down, and they're going to help that person heal. All right. Help those people heal. Geminis, wow. I never felt that type of energy from a reading that I did for the collective before. The gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. So it feels like things are rough right now, but it's not going to be like that forever, okay? We have rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. What was I saying about karmic? Clear the old shit. Cleared the old habits. You can change now. Maybe your intention was not really bad ultimately, but you clear the past and you move forward. But you don't deserve to be in that imprisonment regardless. So you have to clear your generational curses and stuff, or clear your conscience, because really ultimately we know that what you did was not really necessarily with bad intent. It was trying to escape. But you should have the confidence to escape now. Okay, we have the passion and pleasure, savor your life. Enjoy your life now. Free yourself. Distant thunder, clear the air, right? Speak your truth. If people are hiding the truth or you're hiding the truth from someone, Gemini, speak your truth, clear the air, and move on. Just go on with life. Enjoy your life. Mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. A lot of you guys are empaths. A lot of you guys feel people's energies, and you did a lot because you were healing them, but they've been getting healed, but who heals you? That's not fair to you. Who heals you? Who's there to heal you, Gemini? It's not fair. Let me pull some cards for the results. Whew, that's intense. I didn't bring my romance angels out yet. I have an idea with how I'm going to set my room up, and I think when I set my room up, when I do, then everything's going to make more sense for me. King of Pentacles, the result. Having more than enough. Being at the top of your game. King of Pentacles is Taurus. Taurus energy. Capricorn energy, because we are going into Capricorn season. Okay. And then Virgo. But I feel as though this is you, Gemini, having the humility and the purity of Virgo, right? Having the stability of Taurus and having the blessings of Capricorn. But having abundance and being at peace and being stable, standing firm. So I feel like the result will be Death card, transformation. I told you guys earlier, I feel like there's going to be a literal death you guys are going to experience in the family. So my condolences. And there's going to be a lot of fighting over assets. But you're going to rise from the ashes, even if it makes you sad. You know, no one likes to lose people. You're going to rise from the ashes, okay? The pain, the sadness, and that person is going to be with you always, Gemini. Because where there is death, there is birth. And if you look at this, it looks like there's like a phoenix, and I just see like an embryo at the bottom. Okay, I'm trying to find the skull, but I see like the baby phoenix. I don't see the death. Maybe the flames or the death. I don't see like crossbows or anything, but there is rebirth. Where there is death, there is rebirth. Okay. Babies are born. Some of you may be expecting a baby. And that's going to transform you, mind, body, and spirit. Two of Wands. Guys, the Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles. I told you those keep showing up. I'm going to have to do a video on those because that's very interesting. The Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Fool keep showing up. Two of Wands. Making the right. You have two pathways to go. You can either dwell in it and go back to the old ways, or you can move forward. Some of you have different opportunities. One last card. Six of Wands, victory. And then this other one. Nine of Pentacles. So listen, guys. You're going to have victory and abundance. You're going to be flourishing. Okay? So it's all about the lesson that you take and how you act appropriately and accordingly. You know, we want to change, we want to grow. We have bad things that we do, quote unquote. We have good things that we do. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we can change ourselves, but it helps us learn and grow into who we are. All right, guys. I wish you a lot of love and a lot of light. I'm going to go and edit this. Bye.